Rewards in heaven. What will be your reward? Listen to them to find out. Hopefully you are just not doing the bare minimum to be called a Christian. So, the second coming of Christ is one of the main concerns of both 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. Paul's great concerns for the Thessalonians is the state in which they will be found at the coming of the Lord. He wants to be confident that they will be found worthy. And Paul knows that one of the consequences of persecution is that it provides opportunity to do just that, be found worthy. So, as we pass faithfully through suffering, temptations, and trials, we demonstrate that God will be able to trust us with much higher positions or responsibilities in heaven that demonstrate the kind of people we are. It seems that the biblical text is clear that not all believers will possess equal glory in heaven. The teaching of Jesus and the apostles is that one's responsibility and privileges will be largely determined by the perseverance and faith demonstrated when facing persecution, temptations, and pressures, which are calculated to drive us away from God. Joseph Ton suggests two scenarios. In his first one, he says, to formulate the problem in another way, let us suppose that there are two decent young Christian men in America. One of them is concerned with the situation of the primitive people in the Amazon jungle and decides to go to them as a missionary. He finds his tribe, lives with them in the poor conditions, learns their language, translates the Bible into their languages, introduces them to Christ, and lifts them up to a new life. The other man doesn't care about others. He accumulates riches for himself and lives a life of comfort and ease. Yes, he goes to church and tithes, yet he limits himself to the minimum of what it is commonly meant as being a Christian. The question then is this: when these individuals get to heaven, will there be a difference in their eternal condition? So, Joseph Ton's second one. We can also consider another case. Suppose that there are two Christian women in a country in which Christianity is persecuted. One of them keeps a low profile so that few people, if any, know that she is a Christian. The other one is a shining light, and many are converted through her testimony. As a result, she is persecuted, then arrested, tortured, and killed. My question is the following: when the two ladies arriving in heaven, will there be a difference in their eternal state? Joseph Ton argues that there will be. Both will be saved, but one will receive a greater position and responsibilities. Foundational to this assertion is a biblical teaching. The believers really will reap the consequences of the deeds they have formed on earth as followers of Christ. Those who have been unfaithful in little will be given future. Those who have proven faithful in little will be given even more to work in our lives. But it's not only believers who can look ahead to the Lord's return for their inheritance. Paul reminds the Thessalonians that those who have been responsible for the suffering will also receive their reward. Second thing, and comment for more encouragement. Thank you and have a blessed day.